Like it if you like it, subscribe if you love it, and ring the bell if you want to get more. Hello everybody, Crypto Exit Plan here, Jared's my name, and how are you this fine Sunday? Right now, what is it, 20 minutes to 9 in Ireland. I don't know when this is going to be put to air, but I have had a great weekend because things have been happening in XRP, and that's very exciting for an XRP holder like myself, and so much more has happened. And I just think in general the cryptocurrency market is so bullish, and that's why I just thought I'm going to drop a video. I was kind of hesitating to drop a video because some of the predictions in my previous videos hadn't quite played out yet, but we'll go through them. We'll go through how the altcoins have been following Bitcoin, but let's just have a look here at Bitcoin for a first second. And before we even do that, if you could please hit that like button if you do like cryptocurrency content and you do like learning how a rookie investor like me is learning the ropes, and you do like learning how to spend your money and how to make more money out of your money in the future, because that's what this channel is all about. Now we are looking, and please subscribe to the channel if you do really value the content, especially if you're new around here. We are looking here at the Bitcoin chart now, and how could you not be bullish about cryptos in general, especially knowing that altcoins in general are following the price action of Bitcoin, right? So look at that channel, it's just super solid. It's broken through the channel. Yes, it's hitting that red line there and kind of bouncing off resistance, and it may retrace and it may put that top green line there, which will become support in the future. But it is super bullish, and you can see here that I've still got my little circles drawn in of where it tested a couple of lows and made higher lows for a while, and on the fourth one, after the fourth one, it just shot on out of there. And have a look here at Ethereum. Ethereum's done the similar thing, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and it just shot out of there. Now it's finding some resistance near its local highs. XRP hasn't quite played out, but like I say, very excited, very bullish on XRP. Low, higher low, higher low, retest of this kind of ascending line here, retest of the 200-day moving average, really kind of pushing down there. Fear, and then it's broken out, and I think we've done. And I think if we just quickly zoom in on XRP just to kind of get a bit excited, from that most recent low, we've peaked out about 18%. So, and even today in the last 24 hours, XRP is the mover compared to the rest of the altcoin and Bitcoin market. It has made a little bit of ground, but you can see it's still a long way off its all-time highs. And remembering back to my previous videos, November 18 is the day. So I'm hoping that by in and around this 18th of November that we have broken past that 30 cent and even that 33 cent mark, and create a new level of support above that and push on closer to those all-time highs by the end of the year, which is very exciting. Now, the purpose of this video is going to be, besides just getting excited and just remaining bullish and knowing that if you're invested well, between March and now, and even now there's still opportunities to get in at really good prices in these undervalued altcoins, is that what is the, besides that we're in early, is that what are 3 things that you can do to improve your investing or improve your trading? Number one, and I'm going to go through this from my perspective and my journey so far from June, and I only really started investing in June, is that make mistakes. There's commission-free apps out there. There's so many ways that you could spend a little bit of money and make mistakes. And then after that, figure out some strategies, figure out really what you like doing, what sort of trader you want to be. Like, figure out how you'd like to actually make money in the markets. And then 3, on top of that, consolidate, really have a narrow focus and a direct plan. And I'm not a huge follower of Warren Buffett, but I believe that he was a firm believer of put all your eggs in one basket or in similar baskets. If you're going heavy into gold, buy a couple of gold companies and the gold itself. If you're going heavy into commodities in general, buy oil and steel and buy everything in commodities. Don't hedge yourself wide and butter thin across every single market and hoping that you'll get this great return. To get the great returns, you need to be seriously focused on a particular segment. Right now, if it's a COVID play, be in a couple of the biotech companies and just be there and be solid and double down, and it'll happen for you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You're going to learn from that. But if you do a little bit of biotech and a little bit of growth stock and a little bit of tech and a little bit of investment, a little bit of value investing, what have you got? You've just got a soft balanced portfolio, which will give you soft returns. And it's going to confuse you. It's going to confuse the hell out of you because there's going to be so much noise. So in general, what I've figured out in these three things that I think have improved my investing and my trading is that it's reduced the noise and it's given me the ability to actually, potentially make massive gains. So I'm going to start by switching over here to what I've done so far, what I've traded so far, and how much money I've made or lost. And it's a pretty cool analysis that I just did on myself, because I was kind of thinking, I've made so many mistakes and I'm not happy with myself, and I've lost money and I should have held things that I sold and blah 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 blah. And I was a bit annoyed, but I'm very happy that I've done this little analysis. And this list here is by no means in the order that I've done these trades, but it is the total of the trades, just because I'm coming up to an end of a tax year and I need to keep my capital gains underneath 1,270 euro if I don't want to pay capital gains tax. So I was just kind of looking where I was at to see what I could trade and what I could sell out before the end of the year without having to worry about the tax man. So we've got a list here of assets, whether it be cryptocurrencies or whether it be stocks or equities. So the first one is, and it's probably my one of the best trades that I've done. Once again, not a huge gain, but it's a gain nonetheless. So recently I sold 0.05 of a Bitcoin, which I purchased for the sum total of 489 euro, and I sold that for 649 euro and made 160 profit. But previous to that, I had sold a 200 euro portion, I think it was 0.02 of a Bitcoin, for 180 euro. So I made a 20 euro loss on that. And this is going to confuse me again, because those were in euro because I use an app called Revolut, but then these other ones were from the stock trading function of that application, and that was in American dollars. So probably going to get a few numbers wacky right here, but anyway, we have a total of 155 euro worth of XLM or Stellar was purchased. Sold that for 137 euro recently, just because it was kind of an experiment, hoping that it would pump, a bit earlier. It never did. Wasn't really that confident and need the money for something else, so I sold out, lost 18 euro. That's fine. Neo, this is my best learning experience. So Neo, I bought 249 euro worth of it, and I think that was about 45 shares, right? So get this. This was the very beginning of my stock investing journey. I was given a hot tip because I used Revolut to pay at a plant shop of all places, buying a couple of chili plants for a father-in-law. Now, this person that sold to me noticed that I had Revolut app, and he's like, "Oh, you can buy stocks with that. It's great. Yeah, this company Neo, they make cars in China. Buy them. Watch out for them. They're cool. They're gonna pop, kind of thing." And this other company, Denbury Resources, which is this DNR down here. So good old me, got some money in the bank. Thought, well, I don't want it just sitting there burning its way away as cash or not making any money, so I'll dab at this. Bought my 249 euro of Neo, thought I was a hot shot, and sold it for 302 euro, made 53 euro, woohoo, go me. And then I thought I'll put it all in on this DNR, and this DNR had popped, gone up nearly 100% and then dropped down. I didn't actually catch that gain. I didn't realize that this happens in the stock market, and if something ever goes up 100% in a day, you should probably sell that day. Just because there's some weird stuff going on. There's some manipulation going on. So didn't do that. I thought I'll double down on that because it'll happen again. Sure, I know, what happened in the past will happen in the future. Did that, doubled down on DNR and this NBEV here, but so 227 euro. So took this where was it, the 302 euro, and kind of split it across these two. I already had a bit of that, and then what happened, that never went back up, DNR, so ended up cutting my losses, sold that out, losing 118 euro. And then this NBEV here, new age beverage, same deal again, up down, and it never quite bust over what I originally bought it for, and made a loss on it. But the best learning experience ever, because one, look at Neo now, should have held, probably would never have had the stamina to hold it anyway. I would have sold out at 15 or 20 or whatever. But I could have had 45 shares of Neo, which is what, over $50 just now. So anyway, great learning experience and great opportunity to have made that mistake and to watch what's happened to Neo, how it's popped 2 or 3 times since, and just to know that, like, if you do get those hot tips in the future of something pre YouTube hype, just to maybe hold on to it till that YouTube hype has passed, and then maybe sell it then, which is probably right now. If anyone's holding Neo, get rid of it because it's going to fall again. I'd be short selling the hell out of that. And I am on my practice trading app. I've got a fairly decent short position in on that. Now, where are we at? Yeah, so then, I was the worst trader you could ever imagine. I was seeing a YouTube video going, I'll buy that, and I'll buy that, and I'll buy that, and I want to buy this, and I want to buy that. And so I bought SPCE, going, next big thing, they're going to space, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Bought in a pretty good price at 16, then bought another 100 euro at 22. Then heard about the stock split, or, the fundraising they were doing. I said, I'm out of there. Sold that for 219, made 18 euro, woohoo. At least I didn't lose the money, because I think it went down to about 14 then, so wasn't quite willing to hold on to it for the long term yet, at a loss. And because I'd made so many mistakes losing money in the early days. American Airlines, once again, airline play, everyone's doing an airline play, held it for a bit, sold out, lost $7 there. Berkshire B, $100, sold of 105. Yeah, that's not bad. Probably paid $1 in commission, so made $4. And Neo, once again, what did I do? I got sucked in. It was pushing up to $15. Oh, I'll go and buy another however many shares for $246. Then it went sideways for ages, got impatient, got bored, thinking, this one's got me. It sucked me in again, and I'm going to sell out again, and lost $4. So where was I at after making $53? Then I lost $4 on Neo. So, it's not like it's destroyed my investing, but once again, it's been a learning thing for me to kind of get sucked in again in the second round of that hype. Facebook, what did I make, $6 there. Tesla, really good example of when I started to learning, just to have a bit more, stronger hand and holding on to something. So I think I bought in at the original $1,700 peak. I FOMO'd in. Yes, I FOMO'd in, believing that it would go up and up and up, and it didn't, and it retraced. And I think I kind of averaged down to about an average price of $1,500 or $1,450. And then the stock split happened, and I think I sold out, around the maybe even just before the stock split. I think it was pushing back up to 2,000. 1900, 1950, 2000, something along those lines. So on whatever I had, not even quite a share, I made $490, which was probably the best trade I've done. Would have loved to have held that, but once again, needed a bit of money at the time. And, you know, like I say, originally I was in this game to make money, so I'm not going to be angry at myself for actually taking some profits, you know, and there will be opportunities to get back in Tesla if you like. Maybe the boat's floated, but we'll see. Square, another really good one I was happy with. Bought 2 shares for the total of 243 there and sold it, you know, at a profit. Once again, needed the money for a thing. And a lot of this was I had started using Trading 212, so I was trying to sell out of my positions in this Revolut app because the brokerage is a bit more expensive there, and I kind of didn't like the confusing element of if I could buy a stock on Trading 212, I kind of didn't want to hold it on Revolut, especially when I'm in such low stakes there. Dropbox, that was another classic one. I think I watched the Jeremy from the big Jeremy guy on YouTube, and he's like, I just spent all my money on Dropbox, so what did I do? I rushed out and bought Dropbox, then sold a little while later because I wasn't really into it. And like I say, I made all the mistakes in the playbook, all the things that, you know, people are saying don't do, but you have to do them to learn, right? You have to do them to learn. I've made losses and profits, but at the end of the day, what's happened down here is that I've actually in a profit. And then I think in my Trading 212 app, I'm about €371 up. So, you know, once again, I've made losses, made gains, you know, bought stocks, sold stocks, followed the trends, done the similar thing to here. And I'm not going to go into it all because that app did the calculation for me, so I didn't need to do the spreadsheet. And then so I'm about $946, or about $1,000 American dollars up in what is it, June? So not quite 6 months of trading. And I think for a beginner that has absolutely no idea and is learning technical investing and learning, you know, a little bit of fundamental investing and, you know, a little bit of kind of trend investing and swing trading, I figure that's a good little earner for someone that had no idea about anything. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. First strategy, make mistakes. First way to improve yourself is to make mistakes, and all those mistakes that I've just outlined there have made me a better trader. So let's drop that down and we'll go back over here. So the next thing we're talking about is consolidating, I guess, or strategizing a bit. So there's this idea that we don't want to, you know, some people say have a spread out portfolio, have a portfolio that has everything in it. And I did that for a while, and I started a pie on Trading 212, and I put a bit of money in there and it worked. But what it did was it confused me. It confused the hell out of me, right? So I recently, and I think I've shared that in many videos, have really, really narrowed down my portfolio. So I'm in cryptocurrencies, and I've even recently consolidated them more. I think I had some very small bags and a few things, but I've basically, my biggest bag is XRP. I have a small amount of Ethereum. I think I've got one ETH. I've got some Cardano, and I'm just getting really bullish on VET, just because you get those VThor tokens as well, and you know, I like the idea. I get the reason for the token and what the blockchain's doing, and the Internet of Things and tracking international logistics, and I feel it has a use case, so I get it, and I'm kind of going all in on that. You know, and then up the top, what am I following? Some of the main key indicators. I've got a little bit of silver. I want to buy a lot more silver. I think that's one thing I'm going to buy with my profits, is just to store whatever money that I don't want to reinvest in silver. You never know when you might need a pile of silver coins to trade or buy things in a post-apocalyptic world. Tin hat theories, right? Then I've because I'd sold out my Bitcoin, I'm not too keen on holding Bitcoin. I don't see any need for it. I think that boat's gone. I think the percentage gains for Bitcoin just aren't there for me. So where I'm seeing the percentage gains in Bitcoin is through the Bitcoin miners. So Riot Blockchain, Marathon Patent Group, and Argo Blockchain. So those two on the US stock exchanges and Argo's on the London Stock Exchange. I hold one retail stock, which is Skechers. That's a solid one for me. I just love the brand. I love the shoes, and I feel that they're a great value play. And I'm going to hold on to them. And if they ever dip, I'm going to buy more and buy more. I had some gold here, some gold copper in Turquoise Resources, sold out of that. I've just recently picked up some copper gold in Australia, in the Australian stock exchange. These guys have got a really exciting project on the coast of Chile, right near the ocean. 30-year project, not quite the 100-year project of Turquoise, but looking like some potential gains. And just have a look at the chart. Super bullish chart, right? So since March, 400% gains, and then just this bull flag playing out here, which I love. I love these bull flag dragons. So that's got me pretty excited. Put a little bit of money in there because I can still trade on the Australian Stock Exchange, because I've only just moved over here and I have it all set up, so it's easy enough. Watching the copper price, because I think copper as a commodity is going to go crazy, especially with the electric vehicle market. And that's the thing, is like, that's what I've started seeing, is buy the shovel, not the gold, right? And so with the EV, everyone's buying these EV stocks, chasing them. They're bubbles, they're going to pop. Whereas the copper, the nickel, all the components for the batteries, the rare earth metals, all these things, they're going to like steadily grow over time, because as the manufacturers increase in numbers and everyone's trying to get on in, and BMW and Kia and all the other existing manufacturers then eventually go into EVs, they're all going to want the copper, the battery materials, and they're all going to want the rare earth metals and the aluminium and all those things. So commodities is where it's at, and I'm seeing a lot of people say, if there is this crash coming, store yourself in commodities, whether it be the commodity itself or the miners of the commodities. Hive Blockchain, don't have anything in them, can't buy them for some reason, can't find where to buy them. But another one, if you're into the Bitcoin miners, this is one I wish I had have bought. I think I was looking at in around here in the $2 to $3 range. Look what's happened to MoneyGram. It has popped. So they're using XRP to help people send money overseas, and the market is saying, yes, we want to buy this. So I don't know who's buying it, but people are buying it. I guess maybe XRP investors that are like, hey, XRP is doing nothing, let's get in on this. So and then I've got some EV stocks that I'm watching down there. But like I say, I had all this noise, and I had a little bit of all these things all the way down. I had some Workhorse, and I had some Ride and LCA and Tesla, and I've had all these things in my portfolio over the time, but it was just very noisy. And then you feel like you've got to follow this, and this thing news is happening, and you're selling out and you're buying. So now all I need to do is worry about this current cryptocurrency bull run, because most of my stocks are invested in that. And as long as Bitcoin's doing well, and as long as those key cryptocurrencies are doing well, and as long as the world economy is generally doing the thing that it's doing now, I believe in these stocks, I believe in the cryptocurrency. So the noise is reduced, and I'm just doubling down and buying a bit more when I can, and I'm going, these ones are going to give me the most massive return that I can see. And because I'm invested into a pool of resources in the one nascent asset class, which is cryptocurrencies, and the low cap stocks, the gains at the end of it could be huge. But the losses could also be huge. The swings on these stocks, these small cap stocks, and the swings on these low cap or these lower cap cryptocurrencies can be quite large, and cryptocurrency in general can be quite hard swings. But I'm willing to hold, and I'm willing to hold for the next year or so and see what happens. And you never know, there could be a much bigger bag at the end of the rainbow. So that's where I'm at. I've consolidated in and reduced that noise. And that's the key for me, and that's exactly what I've learned over the last 4 or 5 months, is that the less the less you have to think about, and the more you have to invest in an idea and a belief, the better returns you're going to get. And I think if you are cautious and scared and worried and think that things are too risky, you're going to reap that benefit. You're going to get that average scarce return. You're going to get your 10 to 20% in a year if you act and think like that, and if you buy a little bit of everything. Yes, that will help you in the long term, and you'll probably grow and grow and grow and grow, and you'll never see massive amounts of red in your portfolio, but you'll never see massive amounts of green either. And that's where I'm at, and that's just me, and that's not financial advice for anyone. That's just me, is that I believe that to become financially free and to have this crypto exit plan and to reap the benefits of 100x or maybe even 1000x on some of these assets, you've just got to be all in. You've got to be all in on it. And if you look back at my videos, and that's what's happened. I've gone from this guy that's just throwing money at whatever was trendy and popular and whatever I thought, and a little bit of everything, and making these little bits of gains. But I'm hoping that the next time I put that down, it's like selling thousands of XRP at a massive profit margin. And then yes, I got to pay the taxman and a little bit of capital gains, but it's a massive gain. So I've got a massive bit of tax to give away because I've got the gain, right? That's about it for that. Just make mistakes, use your commission-free trading apps, find the lowest commission cryptocurrency server, or like me, I was using Revolut for a while there, where I think they incorporated some of the commissions into the actual buy price. So you just bought a little bit higher originally, and then make sure you sell it higher than what you bought it, right? So stay profitable, make mistakes, but then once you've made the mistakes, figure out a plan, I guess. And then I guess the last thing is what I'm pretty excited about in the future, when I do have a little bit more money to do, and probably my next strategy will be swing trading, and I think I've talked about that with the Teslas of the world, and seeing what happened in their early days, and then seeing that happen in Workhorse and Hyliion and now Neo, and seeing what's going, and the ups and the downs, is like, learn how to swing trade those things, and put 10k into them and watch them pop, buy the rumor and sell the news, sell out, then buy in again, and just take advantage of market trends like that. And once again, there'll be tax to pay, but as long as you're ahead at the end of the day, and it's paying you and putting bread on your table, that's for me the next strategy I've learned. And that's what all this buying and selling has done, is that it's given me the confidence to actually make moves and make losses and make wins, so that I'm not scared, and I'm not thinking, I've got to be this long-term investor, I've got to buy and hold, and if I buy and the price goes down, I don't want to lose money, because Warren Buffett said don't lose money ever. It's like, don't be afraid to cut your losses if you make a mistake, especially it's with pennies, if you make a $10,000 trade and it goes backwards and backwards and backwards, maybe if you believe in the long-term validity of a project or a stock or a share, hold on to it. If it's paying you a dividend, hold on to it until it turns itself around. But don't be afraid, because you never know that that 50% loss that you take out, one, it's you can write it off to the next profit, and two, that $5,000 of that $10,000 that has just been halved, you could pull it out and put it into something that could be the next 10x in your portfolio. So what I was always afraid of is just having something sit there and do nothing while other things were doing something, and that's why I made those mistakes, and I learned from that, and that's what I encourage anyone to do. And once again, not financial advice, but it's probably advice for life in general, is get out there, make your own mistakes, learn from your own mistakes, define and consolidate your strategy, remove the noise, remove all the things on the outside that are pushing you left and right. Focus yourself, clear and solid thoughts on a clear and solid goal. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do at the end of it? And then double down on that, really double down on that, so even though I'm telling myself, don't buy any more cryptocurrency, don't buy any more other things, it's like, well, if it's just got to sit there and be sideways, and I've got another 100, or I've got another 200 of, cash that I don't need, I'm going to put it in that because you never know, that 100 or 200 could 10x, 20x, 30x, you know, and if it just sat in your bank, you're going to just have 100 or 200, right? So not financial advice, but just risks provide rewards, right? And going back to that beautiful, beautiful chart, and I'm no super duper technical analyst, but you know, you can see Bitcoin went up on the bull run last time 4 years ago, nearly, after the halvening, and it's been in a bear market, had a little pump, gone bearish again, and then from March all it's done is made higher highs, and next thing you know, it's going to be pumping all the way to the Bitcoin moon, right? You know, what are people saying? 70 to 150,000, depending on who's saying it, but that's cool, and that means that all of these smaller cap plays are just going to go take off, right? So stay profitable, keep learning, keep following all your other favorite YouTubers that give you other perspectives. But yeah, like I say in every one of my videos, is have a plan, know what you want to do, and know why you're in this, and know where you're going to take some profits and what you're going to do next. Are you going to swing trade? Are you going to sell high, wait for it to retrace, buy in again, and then sell on the next pump? Or are you going to go and start a business? Are you going to buy a car? Are you going to just sit on your money and think about it in the Bahamas for a while? Are you going to buy dividend stocks? Are you going to get a term deposit? Are you going to lend money to a friend? Are you going to get into real estate? What are you going to do with your money? What's your crypto exit plan? I'd love to hear that in the comments. So until next time, Jared, crypto exit plan. Peace out, people.